It was terrifying. It was a disgusting, sick, empty feeling of being separated from the ones you love.
We had just arrived from St. Louis, from Missouri, and had just moved into this area here one day before the hurricane evacuation. So we're new to the Gulf Coast, new to the region, and really just learning about what to expect from the weather. So it was quite an experience for us.
At one point it was very clear things were bad because they couldn't answer. And then what we found out later was they were holding doors and windows in while ceilings collapsed around them.
At the same time, we actually heard the old locomotive sound coming down the road. And not that we've heard a whole lot about tornadoes, but I'll guarantee you there were tornadoes responding from that.
And when the storm hit, we all kind of went into a central area, and we were all cowering there together on the floor, and I tell you what, I thought the roof was going to come off. Water was coming in, running down those walls, and first we tried to catch it with buckets, but after a while it was like, we can't do anything to save this.
I think as the winds picked up and things started happening, like the water coming into the house, we had a bedroom window upstairs that just blew totally open, tore the frame out.
The roofing was damaged, some of the siding was damaged. All the fences over here that you see, they were down. You know, these are brand new fences all over. The pool was full of a lot of stuff like siding and shingles, wood, whatever, you name it.
It upended their lives. Her and her older sister, who was in first grade at the time, you know, nothing was normal. All of their routines were gone. Even home was, you know, they weren't allowed to even really come back in the house because of the level of destruction we had here. So it was probably a few months before they even got to walk back inside here. And it was, you know, we were out 11 months to the day after the storm until we even moved back into the house.
It took us about 3.5 weeks to get back here just because of all the downed trees. You know, we couldn't even get within 5 miles of the place. The county had put out the side-by-side maps of before and after the hurricane, and I was able to zoom in here and you could not even see the house because of all the trees that were on top of it.
Satellite images, trying to see, is that our house? Is that your car? What happened? Is that the windshield broken there? Why is the treadmill now out in the street? It was supposed to be on the driveway. They didn't finish moving it all in.
I spent the first 2 weeks basically working from sun up to sundown, tarping neighbors, my house, 3 or 4 people in the neighborhood, and then some friends' houses. We didn't have enough tarps to begin with, so a lot of the fences were torn down, so we harvested, my boys harvested panels off of the fences, and we put those on roofs to kind of help protect things until people were able to get back and get some real tarps on it.
It was 2, 4, 6, 7 adults, a 2-year-old, 3 dogs, 4 cats. We all love each other a lot, so it worked out well. We look back at it as a really cool time for us as a relationship, and we were all there for each other, but to come back here was a 4-hour drive, and to get back there was 4 hours because there was no infrastructure and there were linemen everywhere.
The great thing was I had a retired chief massart that I used to work for that wanted to bring his tractor in here, which he did. He came in for 4.5 or 5 days, and all we did was work our way around the lake, trying to help people around the lake and all, so they could get out, they could get their families out, that sort of stuff.
Like a month after the hurricane, there was a call to create some damage assessment team at Tyndall to help the base and the PMO to do assessment. So I offer as a volunteer to do that.
Yeah, our kids will remember that as the year they attended 4 schools, because they were in St. Louis and then Tyndall Elementary and then school in Georgia for a couple of weeks, and then ultimately school on the beach side.
I know my position has me where I work directly with a lot of leaders, but some of them didn't have to call. There was no reason I wasn't on their checklist, you know? But they were thinking outside of the box, and they were checking on people, and not just myself, but other contractors as well.
The Air Force didn't shut down. So with what we do, you know, we did have to get online as much as we could to still perform what we were supposed to be performing.
The mission has continued. We didn't even really miss a beat. They even relocated things for a short period to support the mission.
All of a sudden our commute went from 30 minutes, in his case 10 minutes, to 4 hours plus. You know, it was an all-day drive to come in and do a couple hours worth of work around the houses, do whatever minimal work we needed to do for the office at the time.
Everyone has dealt with their own challenges, and every family is still dealing with their own challenges, but you know, we're in this together.
It truly is a family environment. No workplace is perfect, but I will say that I've worked many places, and I do love the family of AFCEC.
And those were vivid memories, and I think everybody's doing all right, but it is still a little bit tough, and that reminder is always in the back of our mind.
Well, there's still bits of recovering. I mean, you know, people think after just 6 months, you know, it's like, oh, is you still having problems? Yeah. I mean, it's been 2 years, and we, like I said, we still have not gotten a few things finished.
We're gonna get it all figured out. We're in a really good place, you know. My wife was a trooper while I was gone, handling all the construction of everything that was going on around here.
Their dance studio's back open, their swim school's reopened, so they're getting back to a normal life. The house has been completely redone from inside to out.
I know that there were some people that had worse than us, so kind of we were lucky.
From my standpoint, Hurricane Michael changed my attitude. A bunch.
Yeah, the base is not here. See, there's no Air Force things.
No Air Force things here.
Fighter jets?
Yeah, no, there's no fighter jet, no Air Force things.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Did Hurricane Michael blow them away?
Yeah.
So many people have it so much worse than we do. And that doesn't take away from our loss, but it's a perspective you can't lose. You can't lose that perspective, because so we came out of this with closer relationships and some really interesting memories and a stronger faith in God. And when you're done with that, you know, I don't want to do it over, but it's what happened, and it's how you respond to it. And I think that we together in our community and in our family, and definitely with the family of AFCEC behind us, I think we all responded to it about as well as anybody could.
I need to go help people. And so that changed my attitude. I'm retiring in January. My whole thought has been about helping those in need, and I'm available to help whenever.